And we're live. Welcome to the Writer's Life, the place where you get the sight, sound, smells, taste of my particular writer's life, where you get the truth about my writer's life, anyway. Subscribe if you haven't already. Punch the like button, the bell for notifications so that you don't miss out on one single exciting video. Dust all over my desk. I should be better about cleaning. So, like the thumbnail suggests, should you be working on two books, stories at one time? I always said you shouldn't. That you should work on one, especially if it's a novel, like one novel, concentrate on that, finish it, get it out there, start another one, and that rinse and repeat. But in these times, when you have like serialized fiction platforms and things like that, it's a no-brainer to be working on more than one story at once. And I know I am. The only drag is like I'm like, okay, this is just going to be like a 10,000 word short story, and it like turns into like at least a short novel. Like the brand new Chase Baker I'm doing. I've written like 3 Chase Bakers in a row, plus the new young Chase Baker. I intended it to be like a 10 to 15,000 word short thriller, and the Woman with Two Faces, that sort of literary suspense thriller inspired by the Twilight Zone. It totally intended for that to be 5 to 10,000 words. It's ballooned to like 22,000 words, and I've got like 26,000 words on the Chase Baker, and I'm just entering into the final act on both of these, really. Actually, the Woman with Two Faces hasn't even reached the final act yet. I'm still in the second act, which surprises me. I guess there's just, you just can't tell. You don't know. You don't know what you're going to encounter whenever you start these things, especially if you don't plan them out. Like I don't. I don't know. I don't want to know what's going to happen, because otherwise, what's the fun of it, right? Therefore, you just can't. There's just no. Every day is different. But I do plan. I'm gonna have to put this off till next month. Now I do plan on trying to write like a couple of short stories per week for at least one of these months. And it's sort of a challenge to myself. I mean, Ray Bradbury was able to write like a short story a day for a while, and some of the pulp greats were able to write a short story a day. And by a short story, I mean anywhere from like 3,000 to 5,000 words, something like that. And I think Harlan, what the hell was not Harlan Coben, but the Harlan who's dead now. Harlan, I don't know, the great sci-fi writer, Harlan, whatever. He was able to write a short story a day, and he was also able to just like he had no, he would write in public. Harlan Ellison, he would write in public, and it would be a big event. He'd go to a bookstore with a manual typewriter, and like someone would, and there'd be an audience there, and someone would open an envelope with a story title to it, and it would be, they would try to like really trick him. It would be like, I don't know. I don't know what it would be like. It would be like, the man who went to Mars and who also fell off the turnip truck. And, and Harlan would go right to work on it. Boom, 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 boom. And each page he produced, he would scotch tape to the big window of the bookstore so people outside could see it and whatever. And and while he wrote, people would try to trip him up, and they'd be like, hey, Harlan, like they would just try to have fun with him. And he would just be in his zone with his pipe, and he would get the story done, and within a couple of hours, done. And the reason he did that is because he wanted to prove that there was no mystery to writing. This isn't like some sort of occult kind of, weird thing that happens. Like we're able to produce these stories. It's a craft like anything else. You learn it by practicing it. That's why I've often said that writing schools teach writers to be lazy. They teach writers to go slow. They to rewrite, to not write when you don't feel like it, to just be lazy. I don't believe that. I believe like we should be producing new words every day, while at the same time we're correcting what we have to, editing what we have to, but you should be writing clean copy right off the bat. And this includes like I'm doing like today, this morning, I wrote an 1,100 word article, filed that with the agency, and then I wrote probably another 750 words on the woman who with two faces, and at least another 1,100 words on the new Chase Baker book. So, and I still got time to do a video and whatever else I want to do. So, and I'm still pretty beat from skiing, working out and all that stuff. So, anyway, should you work on 2 stories at once or 3? Yes and no. If you can't handle it, then no, don't do it. If you're just going to put out crap, but if you can handle it, if you're prolific enough, and it's how you make your money, then do it. All right, somebody's chiming in. Frank, Harlan Ellison, yes, thanks. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Love Harlan. I'm aiming to write a short story a week, says Frank Theodet. I love the forum and truly believe the short story forum is making a big comeback soon. Yeah, I believe it. People just don't have the attention span anymore, Frank. So I think going back to that short story format is the way to go, or at least a short thriller format. Short chapters. I've always believed in that. I call them like potato chips. I want the people who read my books to be like, oh, they're in bed at night and they're like, I know I should turn the light out, but I just want to read one more because they're short chapters. If I'm reading a book and the chapters are way long, forget it. It bugs me to no end. All right, you guys. I will catch you guys tomorrow, and it'll be Friday already. Oh my God, time's flying. All right. Ciao, ciao.